Everything has an inverse, but not everything has an inverse function. Give you one more graphical observation and then an algebraic observation.
Great. I need more.
Yeah, please.
Keep dreaming. One more time over here, Eliza.
I like
Dreaming's good. Never give up hope. The longer you guys cling to hope, the more fun it is for us teachers to crush your hopes and dreams. It's no fun if you guys give up too soon.
You sound like Mr. Boop.
That's right.
That's the part of teaching that makes me kind of want to become a teacher.
The crushing the hopes and dreams of the young. I believe the children are our future, and that's why I try to slow them down as much as possible. Okay, this one, the visually minded among you will find this helpful. The non-visually minded among you may find this not. I'm going to skip a little bit ahead here.
Next line.
My dream came true.
That may be the most perfect line you've drawn so far.
I think it actually is. All inverted equations create reflections about the line. Gotta do this in red since I drew it in my red.
We know.
About the line y equals x. Here's an xy coordinate plane. In the middle of it, with a dotted line, I've drawn y equals x. Simplest line, one of the simplest lines you could graph. Okay? Let's say I need another color. Let's say I need another color. So I go over here and get
Green.
green, I got it. Okay. Anybody remember what graph this is most likely to be from polynomials? Just if you had to guess, what equation do you think that is that I just graphed?
X to the fourth.
Now to the fourth would be a touchdown.
Oh, X cubed.
X cubed. Good memory, Phil. This is my effort to do a really quick sketch of y equals x cubed. Okay? Thank you. Now, if I invert y equals x cubed,
It wouldn't pass the horizontal.
this one actually will. Not all ballerinas automatically fail it, just the ones with loops.
This has a loop, a slight one.
It actually doesn't. They don't have loops. It's got what's called a point of inflection. It looks kind of like a loop on sometimes, but there's actually no loop here. If you were to do a horizontal line test, it would pass it every time. I did trick you. So if I'm going to invert, my step one would be x equals y cubed, right? And then pay close attention here because we haven't done much of this. This is a little bit new, but it relates to what we did yesterday. If I had to solve this for y, I would take the cube root of both sides, because what do you think the cube root of y cubed is? Y. A cube root and a cube cancel each other out, so I will get the cube root of x equals y. So my inverse function is x to the 1/3. We're going to do this a little later this week. I want to use this as an example now. Just another example of how you do an inverse process. In this case, we get a function, and y equals x cubed, its inverse looks like that. They're reflections of each other about the line y equals x. Because what you've done, sometime when we're not recording, Sarah, I want to hear what you think that reminds you of.
No, it's not even that. I was just laughing at the fact that you're trying to have like these art skills and you're like doing the little
All right.
sketching and all
Would
that.
you like to put 2 dots in the middle, then they look like eyes?
Thank you. Okay.
Me? Oh,
One time I drew this and somebody thought it looked like a bikini top.
that too.
Yeah.
At any rate, when you invert, okay, y equals x cubed, the black one, that looks like something we did last couple weeks ago, or actually last month now with spring break. It starts down here in the negative y, goes up, hits the origin, then goes up in the positive y direction. This starts way over here. Its inverse starts over here in the negative x, goes up to the origin, and then goes and out in the positive x direction. You switch the x and y's, everything switches. What goes up now has to go to the right. What goes down now has to go to the left. Not what goes up must come down. Nothing that simple anymore.
I have a question.
But you always, your inverse, your original function and your inverse. If I did the lines of the M&M's graphs for me and Becca, it would also look like reflections about the line y equals x. Okay? Any questions on that idea?
No.
Before I do the algebra.
Why?
Yes, Nimi.
But it's not about that.
I'm afraid, but go ahead.
Do you have a project grade?
No. Soon.
Do you have our project?
You had it over spring break.
I forgot what my.
I didn't bring the I didn't bring the projects home. I was afraid they'd get
Wet.
damaged. Yes. I wasn't exactly going to bring them on the plane to Costa Rica either.
Did you feed monkeys?
No. We were told not to feed monkeys.
Yeah,
but we
Pringles.
You know how it's like, please do not feed the birds?
we watched the monkeys lead organized raids on the tourist food. Though. That was hilarious.
We went to this hotel and they were like, don't feed the monkeys, but then we were walking downstairs and there was this balcony and all these people were feeding the monkeys. So this guy gave us bananas and then little baby monkey
You guys ever seen read the book Flowers for Algernon?
Yeah.
They give the guy the experiment, which raises his IQ, and then the last half of the book, the experiment fails, and he starts losing his IQ again.
That's what it sounded
That was like more of the last few minutes right there.
Because then you were in
It's
the
her.
front.
All right.
It's nicely done.
And I'm not. You know what? I'm going to save this last part
For
till
tomorrow?
I teach something else.
Thank you.
You should have.
So what's the homework for tonight?
Yeah, better not fail.
See, look, my notes are so neat.
Hey, Mr. B.
Let me check something. Go ahead and cut, and I'll give you.